the next video first.
Okay, let's go to the next clip, you guys.
People need to get angry about this sort of situation, and they need to start realizing this is happening, and they need to get more racist. Racism would save a lot of lives. If this girl was a little more racist, she might not have sat in front of a black guy with her back to a black guy. Girls may not date black guys if they realize when they go into the court system, it's nothing but white women bringing before the judge the brown and black perps who have battered them, abused them. They're trying to get restraining orders out against them. And those are the lucky ones, believe it or not. Those aren't the ones that were murdered by these people. So we need to get tough with ourselves and realize that this is an actual problem and not care if they call you racist, because I would rather be called racist than dead.
That's true. Would you rather be called racist than dead?
Nobody want to talk about this
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Of course,
There's definitely a difference between being racist.
on now. I don't feel like that question is. I feel like it's no brainer. But I hate that we keep singling out brown and black men as if there's not a whole slew of white men taking out their whole family. There's not a slew of white men who also do domestic violence. So I'm just trying to understand why, from her point of view and her perspective, is it just limited to just brown and black men? That's not to say that they aren't guilty of some of those things, but I feel like that's not just a brown and black body person thing.
Okay, so is she saying stereotyping equals racist? Because I stereotype people all the time. That doesn't make me a racist. So
No,
are we stereotyping equals racist? Because that's not
The woman that did the video is openly racist. Okay, she is known for being open. She has a reputation. I noticed her on Piers Morgan. That was the first time I ever heard of her. And so she's an openly racist person. And what she's saying is that people need to be more racist in order to prevent themselves from being hurt like the person was, like the Ukrainian woman over on the train.
Then the answer is no, because just because you stereotype somebody doesn't make you racist. No.
I think
racist
it would
is something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And if the situation was flipped, would her philosophy still be the same? So let's just say if it was a white man and a black woman, would she still say she should have been racist? Or is it only applicable to white women? I'm in a state of confusion because it seems like she's only making it applicable to white women and black and brown men.
What I gathered from the video is when she said she should have profiled him and been okay with being called racist, and if she would have did that, she still would be here. That's how. And then
that's exactly what she said.
Yeah.
Meaning, if she did profile him, she wouldn't be sitting near him.
Right.
Well, and what she's saying is that if she did profile him, maybe she would still be alive.
I'm gonna say this: I don't want to be near some of these black people.
Mm-hmm.
There's some black people I don't want to be around. I don't want to live by. I don't want to encounter.
I mean,
sorry,
it's a beautiful concept, Samira, that we can all held accountable based on their character.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically speaking, I do believe that certain races, I'm not going to point at anybody, but certain races are more acceptable to the stereotype.
Right. And I pointed out the statistics. That's why I
right.
said that.
So I think that's beautiful, but the reality it is there's certain races that put you in an automatic mindset of high alert, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Jess
and I think
Jess don't like that. Jess don't like that.
Okay, Jess, go ahead.
I'm practicing a lot of restraint. To some extent, I don't want to argue with stupidity either. And that's not to say any of y'all are stupid, but I do think some of the rhetoric that you all are spewing, I think is very unfortunate. But I do have a question for you, Carmen. Where are you getting your data? And my thing is, I'll say this before you answer the question. The issue isn't us bringing light to the fact that we have issues in our Black and brown communities. My issue with y'all's rhetoric is that y'all limiting it to only Black and brown when it's a whole slew of Asian white people, Filipino people, all kind of other people, Hispanic, Latinx, all kind of people who have the same issues, but nobody wants to talk about that. We only want to talk about black and brown as if we're the only people who do stuff. And if we really want to keep it a being, when we talk about black on black crime, is that even a thing? And my thing is, there's way more white crime than black crime. And if there's black on black crime, we have to think about some of the historical pieces as to why that is. Is some of it on us? Yes. But is it on some of the historical pieces and some of the things that have happened to us in the past? Also, yes. Two can coexist at the same time. I'm not saying it's solely on white people as to why we are where we are.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
It's a mixture of both.
I'm gonna let you finish. Okay. Your first question was, where do I get my numbers from? From personal experience. I can only speak to what has happened to me. So what has happened to me was people, or everybody has gotten to, it has been from black people and brown people. Sorry, but mostly black people. That has been my experience. Second, the historical part, I don't know what you're trying to say about that. I mean, what do you, because black people were oppressed. I'm confused about the historical part, but you asked me about that. So I was like, well, my numbers come from my personal experience, and my personal experience has been from black people. Sorry, but it is. So I am more cautious as being around a lot of black people, because a lot of the things that has happened to me has been from black people. Is that bad?
You ain't gotta say it
married
lightly.
to a black man. She's married to a black man.
Experience comes, my numbers comes from what I experienced. That's all I can speak of.
I get the whole historic, like black people we had.
The historic thing, I don't know what you mean by that.
Past where, you know, we were all putting together. Like, I get that. I do. But it is 2025 about to be 2026. We have not progressed enough on our own. It's like if we keep holding on to that, some would say, oh, well, it happened. We know it happened. But if we keep holding on to that and letting that be the reason why we keep doing what we do, you're never going to get ahead. You can keep sitting there getting mad about people calling it out.
It's almost like you're giving an excuse, because
it is. At this point,
if you already know, everybody already knows what the black race has. Everybody, not just the black race. Black race has not been the only one that's been oppressed. So can we move on from the oppressed part? It's almost like it's an excuse to give black people to be racist because they were oppressed. That's what that's what I'm receiving. That's what I'm receiving from you, Jess. No disrespect. It is an excuse because we were oppressed before. Okay, so that gives you an excuse to be racist towards another race because you were oppressed before. That's what I'm getting. I don't know if that's what you mean, but that's what I'm receiving from you. And that's where I'm going to end it at. I'm going to mute myself so I can give everybody else.
Can I say something about that?
You already know what I'm going to say.
Second, Ty was over there nodding his head. Ty, what do you have to say to this?
You know what I'm going to say. I think there's two. We had this conversation. There's two type of black people. There's the YNs and then there's, regular successful black people. So for me, like you said, Q, earlier, if I go to certain neighborhoods in Jersey, New York, whatever, I'm going to look around. I don't want to be around certain blacks. I'm going to be honest with you. Then I go to certain towns around here. Like I just went to play my lottery and there was a white guy there and he looked, kind of dingy, dirty and all of that. I stayed away from him. So it's like a class, it's really a class issue. It's not race, but everybody want to focus on race. Everybody want to be, people wasn't oppressed. People wasn't slaves or whatever. They want to cry about it. Just get your money up, move to a nicer neighborhood. The brother said he got arrested 5 times.
But don't make it about race.
Hold on.
They're being stereotyped in a certain way. And Jess, I know you're looking at me. Girl, it's fine.
I mean, stereotypes happen for a reason.
Stereotypes happen. That's what I'm saying. Stereotype happens for a reason. And is it unfortunate that the black culture gets the most, I guess, for the sake of conversation, the negative stereotype? Then there's a reason for that.
So Carmen, if I saw you and I said, man, you look like a Maria. It look like you about to go get you a broom and a mop right now. You wouldn't feel no kind of way?
No, because I'm not a Maria and I don't feel the type of way, but I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to look at you and
like, get some fabuloso right now.
And I do got fabuloso, actually.
I got fabuloso too.
I got fabuloso. But why are you stereotyping me that way? There's an exact that's why.
And as a black
I
person,
look
I feel
like
the
because
same
why?
way.
Because no, let me answer you. Because why
You got somebody
Hispanic women
right now, don't you?
are historically to be known as cleaning ladies. That's why you giving me that stereotype. Just like I look at you and I may assume that you are what? A single bitter baby mama. Okay then. So the same way. The same way, bro.
Oh my God.
The same way that you assume that
But you know what? Word on the
I can assume the same thing about you. So let's go there.
Word on the crime is I'm not love and I don't.
You don't
I'm
have
not
no
a single
kids.
bitter baby mama at all.
I just want to say you did not have a powerful opinion
And
like
I'm not
that.
no
tried
cleaning
it, but
lady
you didn't
either.
succeed.
And I'm not no cleaning lady either.
But I bet you got them empanadas cooking right now.
And I'm not no cleaning lady either. Just like you told me, I'm a cleaning lady and I have fabuloso. And because you are not a single baby mama, okay, it's the same thing. So let's equal. Let's equal, honey. Let's get it. And again, for the chat, I have no problem, Jazz, but let's keep it equal. Just as I can stereotype you,
Oh,
can
trust me, I
stereotype me.
am.
Let's keep it
Trust
equal.
me, I am. Because if I really gave it to you, then I'd be the angry black woman. But you know what? I'm gonna let you eat that because you thought you ate.
Why?
You can go on and
Why you
move
think
on.
an angry black
If
woman?
this ain't what you want, we can move on.
I think it's fair. I think you
digress.
I think you
the
told
bigger
her something
person,
racial, and I
digress.
think you did that.
You
So
be
y'all,
the bigger person. I'm giving you the floor. You can tell me. You told me that
No,
I
the
look
floor
like a
is yours
Maria.
and the mop.
Nah, okay,
think
you
you
told
never
me.
even-
See, this is the
Let's
problem.
move on.
You told me. Nah, man, this is the problem. You can't take it. You told me I look like a Maria and I should have the fabuloso on
No,
deck
the
and
point
the
that I
mop
was
and
trying to
cleaning.
make is
Because
you said
you
if black
assume
people have an issue
because
with
I'm
how people
Latin,
are perceived,
I am a
they need to look in the mirror.
So I am going to give you the same energy and said because you assume
Damn,
that
I
I'm a
almost called you
cleaning lady,
Maria.
then I'm
Carmen,
going to give you the same thing.
Carmen, the issue is you said if a black person has an issue with how they are perceived, then they need to look in the inside.
Yes.
Which I'll give you that to an extent is a valid point, but on the other flip side of that, I stated my statement so you can see what it felt like if I just looked at you and said, damn, I wonder how many mops she got in her kitchen.
What you did.
It's the same thing. So
And
you
I said
can't
the
take
same
it.
thing.
So
And
you
I said-
can't
and I
take it. And then
said
now
the
I
same
became a
thing.
bitter baby mama because I used your own example against you. But once
Because
again,
you
I'll
told
digress.
me no,
You're not
because
letting me
you
have the
told
floor in the
me
mop,
that I
and
need
I'm
to have a
done.
mop and fabuloso on deck. So I told you what people stereotype black women to do, just like you stereotype me. That's why Hispanic women to do.
I didn't stereotype you. I
let's-
gave you an
real quick.
example of your own example against you.
Did you not just stereotype me?
I gave you. Let me slow it down. Do I need to say it in Spanish?
Do I need to speak in English? I can tell you that.
I said I gave you an example. I gave you an example of what you said,
and I
to
responded
show
to
you how
your
it feels as an
example.
African American. The rhetoric that you are spitting. I gave you an
Okay.
example of how it would feel. That's why I asked you if I said, "Damn, I wonder if her name was Maria or how many mops she got."
Why would you
The
assume my
same
name
the
is
same
Maria?
thing you just said.
And I'm responding
black
to your
person looking at a
example.
black
So
person
I'm
specific
misunderstanding your example. So please explain to me. You're misunderstanding my example
just did.
because
I
I
just did.
pretty much met your energy.
I just did. I just did.
How?
I just did.
Now, to be
So
fair,
we can
and
move forward.
I'm
We
gonna
can
say
move
this
on because I
To
would
be
rather not
fair,
go back and forth with
You
and
don't
I
want to
would
move on
with
because
Carmen.
you're
Hold
mad
on.
about the fact
I'm
that
going
I met
back
you
and
with the
forth
same
with Carmen.
energy. So
I
that's
said
fine.
what
I'm gonna say
said, and I'm
something.
standing on
I'm gonna
it.
say something because I'm listening to both of y'all, and
Yes, go
I
ahead.
heard just ask the question where she said, "I'm gonna give an example from the original statement." Cool. Carmen responded, and she said, "Well, I can profile and say that you look. People would assume that you look like a bitter baby mama." Y'all both threw something at each other. It should have ended there. Then now we're
nothing. I gave her an example.
And but technically she gave you one back, is what I'm saying. I heard her give, and I'm not on nobody's side, but I heard her
I digress.
what people can stereotype. Both of y'all threw a dig. Let's just call it what it is. Cool. But now we're just going into other unnecessary racial stuff. So let's just move on. Like, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. It really isn't. Y'all both gave an example. It's cool. Next. Like.
Yeah, let's just move on because we're not going to. And the whole fact that you said that you need to speak in Spanish, it makes you very racist. But you know, I digress. I speak English,
just like you said, huh?
I speak English. You didn't have to specify.
Let me look within. Let me go get my mirror. I'll be right back.
Yeah, look within. Absolutely.
I think the stereotypes, the black people do need to make sure if they are offended by the stereotypes, or anybody is offended by any stereotype, they probably should just, like, I think Tamara said it earlier, just be more accountable and hold others to more of a higher standard and try to work on that within your community for sure.
I think people just too sensitive. They mad about what people think about them if they have dreads or if they have a short haircut or if they whatever they fat or whatever. You know, just be yourself. Everybody's so sensitive.
Stereotypes are earned. So if you don't like your stereotype that your community earned, then change it. That was
right. So your mop wasn't earned. Come on now.
The fact that you asked me if you need to speak in English.
You're making it so easy right now. Okay, so my stereotype is earned. Your stereotype is earned. It's so
exactly. Thank you. So my stereotype is earned. Your stereotype is earned. We met in the same level. You just mad because I called you out on it.
I'm really not though. That's the crazy part.
You really are because you're kind of bothered by it, but okay.
If this is bothered, yeah, love. I don't know if you've seen bothered before.
Okay. Well, shout out to everybody that's here. We do appreciate you guys on this Monday night. We did switch channels. So make sure you hit the like button, share this with your little group chat, whoever you talk to at night. And make sure if you want to join the panel, you can hit me up on my DM. Just say panel, fellas. It's a lot of y'all wanting to get on. Just please be patient. And shout out to everybody that's on the panel. I'm going to read the super chats and then we can get to the next subject at hand. But that was a good little topic that we had going, good little dialogue. I think everybody stereotypes everybody sooner or later. But Ain't Saying One says that's prejudice, not racist. Magentar says, did she happen to include the dudes who commit the majority of mass unalivings at events? He knows better. Self-proclaimed racist, a guest on Piers Morgan. Maury says, you can profile and protect yourself without being racist. I do it all the time. I don't care about the shame, blame, and explain language. That one guy, Slick, says, we stereotype people all the time. They mostly make sense why we do so. I wouldn't sit with my back turned to some of these YNs on any day. Maury says, the problem is the Black community tie does not self-police. The anti-snitch culture breeds crime and it bleeds out into surrounding areas. Bess Jenkins says, Black people need to be more serious about separating those of us who are civilized versus ratchet criminals. We defend our worst side diverse attention too much. Maury says, dreadlocks originally never had this stigma. Unfortunately, American YN started adopting the look and committing crimes, ruining the style with it. BK Finest says, Ty is a professor who teaches about deflectors. Much props to Fitz for calling it out. Nick T says, YN Carmela Anthony lived in nice neighborhood. Brandon Nesbitt says, some of y'all foreheads got BBLs. Equal Opportunity Smoke says, why you got a microphone afro? Because we want to. What the F? Maury says, anything adopted by YNs automatically gets tarnished. Locks, Hellcats, Black Air Force One, ski mask. LOL. BK Finest, Maria. She reminds me of a West Side Story. Vaughn says, Carmen, I love you for that. Made my night. Username _Delta says, Jess racist as F. I swear she got cooked by Carmen. Ain't Saying One says, Jess in her feelings because she got rocks thrown back. AR _Smitty says, why do Jess get hate in her eyes? FTW says, Jess can give a joke but can't take one. High Tolerance says, Carmen worked that bob and weave. Just make sure Jess don't catch you with a headbutt. Bess Jenkins says, just keep stereotyping alive. We need to be concerned. Patricia Cox says, Carmen is racist against Black women. She is like this every panel. Username _Delta says, just holds the bitter L. Coach Icy says, yeah, Carmen got that spice. Ralph says, just you're earning your stereotype right now. You bothered because Miss Diaz wiped your ass. I like it. And most stereotypes towards us Black people are legit. BK